Good morning, everybody. You're very welcome to the Guaranteed Irish e-learning session number 3 this year, as we're in Guaranteed Irish month and celebrating all the best of Guaranteed Irish. Delighted to have you on board, and today we're talking about how to activate the Guaranteed Irish brand. And we've taken one, I suppose, of our best in class consumer-facing product speakers to join us today. So let me introduce you to the speaker. It is, of course, well-known Daithí O'Connor of Revive Active, the sachet we all take in the morning to get us up and going, and it keeps us rejuvenated, and we all feel like 20-year-olds as a result of Revive Active. Isn't that right, Daithí? Allow me tell you a little bit about Daithí. He's the founder and managing director of Revive Active, Ireland's #1 super supplement company, and it was set up in 2011. So quite a lot has happened in those intervening years. Revive Active scientifically formulates cutting-edge health food supplements containing natural ingredients in optimum levels that assure you long-lasting, sustained support for body and mind, keeping you healthy on the inside and enriched on the outside. And that's the bio and a nice introduction and segue to you, Daithí. You're very welcome, Daithí, and thank you for joining us this morning from Galway.
Thank you, Breach. Delighted to be here.
Well, of course, the first question, I suppose, is just maybe give us a quick overview. I mean, I think most people are familiar with your food supplements, Revive Active, but just give us a little background as to what it does and how far it has grown and where it's at now.
Yeah, we're a Galway-based company. We're 11 years in business. We formulate health food supplements, and we've always asked ourselves, you know, can we be the best on the market? Can we be the consumer champion? We make high quality health food supplements which deliver multiple benefits to the consumer, and the consumer is all important as far as we're concerned. Take our last product, which was Meno Active. We worked with our new product development people in-house. We worked with Shannon ABC, Dr. Tim Yeomans, Dr. Joanna Murphy, Dr. Fiona Barry from Middleton in County Cork. She's an expert in women's health, and Stephen Costello, SPV Health in Clonmel. So a lot of science backs up our products. Our Zest was formulated in conjunction with the Kerry Group, and they supply a really important ingredient there, Wellmune. So, and I can go through them all, Mastermind with the University of Northumbria in England. So we put an awful lot of science behind it, best in class. We'll add to our products if we feel we can make them better. We're always looking to be innovative and change. We manufacture our products in a state-of-the-art facility in Mullingar. That was one of the things that we really wanted to do. We were a bit small at the beginning as we were growing. We couldn't afford, but then it was a case with Brexit that sort of a gun was put to our heads, and we said, look, we can't afford not to do this. So we have 30 people employed in Mullingar. We've added an extra 10,000 square feet there, and all our products are produced there. We market and sell our products through a network of retail outlets, both pharmacies and health food stores, and that would be on the island of Ireland, be over 2,000 retailers. The UK would be based mostly in London, about 50 very premium. Nigeria is a very growing market for us. We've over 100 plus pharmacies selling in Nigeria, and Portugal, much smaller in Porto and Lisbon, about 10 pharmacies. And then online, we would sell globally. We've sold into every country in Europe and as far away as Darwin, and we're regular suppliers to the UAE online. So an overall, Breach, we have a workforce now of over 70 people. So from beginning with 2, we're at 70 now, and we added 20 people during COVID. We've great plans for the next couple of years, and we see that both employment and the company growing.
Amazing growth, Daithí, in such a short space of time, 10, 11 years. Congratulations to you and all the team. I'm loving how you, like so many other Guaranteed Irish businesses, managed to onboard so many during COVID. It's challenging onboarding during COVID, isn't it? It's hard to get the message across when they're not right beside you.
Absolutely. I mean, but you know, there were areas within the business that were essential to us. So we did the interviews over Teams or Zoom, and onboarded people that way. And you know, you kind of met people outside with your masks on and had a cup of coffee to get to know them on a one-to-one basis. But you know, you can always manage these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you're a member of Guaranteed Irish, and you have been for a number of years. It's great product for us to be able to trot out and say, look, they have the G on their packs and things like that. So we use it a lot, and because you're very good at what you do and work really well with us, as do so many other businesses. What are the benefits to you, though, as a company in Revive Active, of working with Guaranteed Irish? How have you found it helpful, if you can, and be honest about it?
Yeah, like it's extraordinary. You know, our Revive Active packaging has manufactured in Ireland on it, but um, you know, for a long time people felt we were an American company, or we were a franchise of an American company. I don't know why this is, but having Guaranteed Irish on the pack instantly changed that. You know, the G was there, it's known by people, it's known throughout the country. It meant that we could highlight that we were manufactured in Mullingar as well. We adopted the G to all our reps' cars. So, you know, people are in traffic, they're driving, you know, it's very visible. Our website has the G, and all our social media. We could put it on our point of sale, our adverts in. We do a lot with the Irish Times and the Independent, and also with regard to TV, we've had TV as well. So yeah, it was very much look out for the G, and it very much established us as an Irish company and Irish consumers. You know, we went through COVID, we went through recession, and people wanted to support Irish
Yeah.
locally based companies. So it worked very well for us, and also the TG Car. It was January 12 months ago. I did the interview with Mary Kennedy on. We were one of a number of businesses that Guaranteed Irish put forward on TG Car, and again that was extremely helpful to us as a brand.
Okay, well, that's great to hear. And I can see here, even from the slide, your points of activation, which is great to see. And actually, to support that, Dahi, and for those who are tuned in this morning, our Dublin bus, actually, Dublin bus and Cork and Waterford and Limerick and Galway are also going to be carrying the message that you've just said, Guaranteed Irish, look out for the G. Across the city. So it'll endorse all those who are using it, and for those who are not using it, make sure you start to use it, because if you're a licensed user, it's no good to you sitting there in your computer and in your digital wallet. Make sure you activate it, put it on your point of sale, put it on your comms, put it on your ads. So it's gone out as we have Guaranteed Irish month this month every year, March. It's going on TV, Virgin Media. It's going on across all the news talk channels. It's going across all the regional channels, radio, and it's going across. It's in a lot of print and also on the buses now, and at the stations, Connolly, Pearse, and Houston. So there's a big push on look out for the G. So for all of you who are using it and not using it enough, take note, because this is your chance to really amplify. Why I suppose we talk about using the G is about supporting local and supporting short supply chains. And maybe we'll get onto that in a minute, because I think there's a whole area of sustainability that we need to talk about in terms of people supporting local. It's not just about doing the right thing anymore. It actually makes sense on the balance sheet when you're looking for your products, especially with such a global unrest out there at the moment. What makes Guaranteed Irish relevant, I suppose, is the next question, to a business, and particularly to your business, Dahi, in Revive Active. How relevant has it become?
Well, I've touched on it there in so far as that it's it buy Irish and support local, people to shop local. So to recognise the brand, first of all, as an Irish brand is hugely important. But you know, to support local, no matter who it is, in like we buy locally, we support our community. It's more about our community, because the Irish companies are the ones that are going to be, you know, making donations to local charities, or to be sponsoring the local soccer, GA team, golf club, you know, they're the people. So that money flows around, and that money, and that's why it's very important, I think, for commerce, but more so community. And I think what it does is it highlights that you're Irish based, you're making Irish products, you're supporting employment within the locality, and that is circulating, and that helps us. You know, the tide lifts all boats. That's the way I would see it.
Absolutely. A question I have for you, I suppose, somebody, you mentioned earlier that you're selling into great new markets out there, the UAE and Nigeria. UAE very much online. How did you get into Nigeria? It's an interesting one.
Yeah, you know, it probably wasn't the first one on my mind, and I got a call from a lady in Sligo. I'm originally from Sligo, so she's a golfer in Ross's Point, and she was taking her joint complex, and she knew of the company, and her brother was working in pharma in Nigeria. So she rang me one day and said, "Look, my brother is working in Lagos, Nigeria." She introduced herself, and I knew her and her husband, but her brother was working in Lagos, Nigeria, in the pharmaceutical sector. And she said, "You should be talking to him, and I'd like to put you in touch." And she said, "I know if you got an email from Nigeria, you might be dubious about it or otherwise." But her brother Paul was home. I met him, and he introduced me to a chain, the biggest chain in Lagos. And we started off, say, sending down maybe €2,500 worth of product, and to see how it would go. And not too many European companies are selling in Nigeria, and that was about 18 months ago. And in January, we sent 125,000 worth of product down to Lagos. We've signed an exclusivity agreement. We've signed a distribution agreement. They sell all our products. It's hugely successful. We were possibly thinking of other countries in the area, and we expect them we expect to turn over close to 1 million this year, and that came from. You know, it's just a typical Irish story. It's somebody who knows somebody, and she went to the trouble to actually picking up the phone, and I actioned it and went. And that's Irish people are everywhere around the world, and they're always willing to help. And it's just a great story for us to be down in West Africa and to be a successful brand that you'll see in Main Street in Lagos.
It's brilliant to see it, and well done. And isn't it great, the small, there you go again with the diaspora. We're just we've such huge reach for such a small, well, there's 60 million of us around the world. Dahi, I must ask you about the UAE and your strong presence online. And I know you're very strong on social media. In terms of your ability to sell, you know, via your e-commerce platform online, how does that work, and how did it come about, and what was the challenges there?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Ireland and the UK, well, mostly the UK, we would solicit online. So we're obviously using, you know, Facebook, Google, our social media, our website to drive people into our website and funnel to sales in the UK. But we're not soliciting outside of that. So these people are finding our website. There is a large Irish group within an international group within the UAE. Traditionally, people have gone to the UAE to work for a couple of years to earn money tax free and build up. So they would have found us. So that worked for us on a word of mouth. And that has built up over the last number of years to be a very healthy online business. A lot of the Middle Eastern people would travel to London as well. So they would buy, we're in John Bell and Croydon, which is the Queen's Pharmacy just off Harley Street, and they would go in there and buy in bulk and have bought our product in bulk. So they were curtailed with COVID over the last couple of years. So they were coming to us directly to buy online. So that was being sent out to the UAE as well. So there are two different areas and how our business has grown within that sector.
Well, that's really interesting. And I suppose if it's good enough for the Queen, it's probably good enough for the rest of us. Fair dues. Most importantly, I suppose, our year this year, as you know, we have a different running theme each year in Guaranteed Irish. And this year is all about sustainability. And we have found that, you know, when we connected with the consumer and said, by supporting local businesses and Irish businesses, or businesses based in Ireland, I should really say, and you're supporting those jobs, and also by supporting and buying from businesses based in Ireland, you're guaranteed of a shorter supply chain, which ensures you're back down to sustainability. And with shorter supply chains, by accident, you're buying local, because the unreliability, we've had COVID, we've had Brexit, and now we've such unrest across the world at the moment. You know, we really have come to understand the need for the shorter supply chain. And that's on the back of not even discussing what we're doing to the environment by the carbon miles we're putting up as a result of travelling. So I suppose there's a big desire amongst Irish consumers and Irish businesses to try and do business locally where possible, and to retain and buy as many ingredients and packaging and everything like that locally, and keep those supply chains short, and be assured, because it affects the balance sheet, be assured of your delivery. Have you found that, Dahi, and are you using a lot of the products that you use in your product itself, but even in packaging, etc., locally? Where are you on that supply chain journey and reducing your carbon footprint?
Yeah, before we started manufacturing in Mullingar, we had to manufacture in Wales. So, you know, if you take it that we were manufacturing in Wales, we were shipping our product from Wales to Galway, and then from Galway maybe back to consumers in Wales, so, or the rest of the world, or all our retailers as well. So that was what we were faced with. So today we manufacture and fulfill out of Mullingar. So we're manufacturing there, and we sell in bulk to our big chains in Dublin, and we sell out to all our retailers. So it's directly going directly out. Sustainability would be very big for us. Our boxes are all recyclable. We've introduced hybrid cars and electric cars to our fleet. We're also shortlisted for a Green Award ourselves as a company. And anything we do, and we worked with Enterprise Ireland because Enterprise Ireland would give grants for this to see how you can be more sustainable, which is more relevant to our manufacturing than it would be to our offices in Galway. But we've looked at things in Galway as well to see where we can help. Every little bit, obviously, supports sustainability, and it's high on our agenda.
Okay, question in here for you, Dahi, and I suppose just on the back of that, it's brilliant to see that level of growth. So you've gone from outsourcing, making it somewhere else, bringing it back. I mean, there's the physical building, there's getting the staff, there's getting the procedures, the conveyor belt, for want of a better description, the whole lab practice, everything in there. It's brilliant to see it, and well done. And I really see it as a success story. We're not just saying it because you're here, we actually believe in it. I think you've done an amazing job, and you are a true Guaranteed Irish ambassador for us in the way you've rolled out your business. And I suppose with our stats just in at the end of at the beginning of Q1 this year, 92% is back. We're just thrilled with those figures of recognition by Irish consumers of the G. They feel it's the authentic piece, and they feel it, you know, there's a lot of greenwashing out there. They know that with the Guaranteed Irish G on a product, it really is a product that's based in Ireland, supporting jobs, supporting communities, and it's doing the right thing, and also really being proactive in its sustainability journey, which has now become part of the criteria of Guaranteed Irish, which is great. So I do applaud Revive Active for that. A good few questions in here for you, Dahi, if I may. I'm a new member of Guaranteed Irish and have just received my digital wallet. Have you found using the G on packaging or digitally more beneficial to start?
Both. I suppose the easiest thing, you can introduce it to digital straight away. So there's no excuse there. And I would, you know, put it out on Twitter and put it out through all your social media outlets, add it to your website, and incorporate it then with your packaging on the front of your packaging, and highlight it to give you that Irish stamp.
Okay, great. And in relation to, I noticed during the pandemic, consumers, they put huge precedence or importance on supporting local. Have you found that this still remains the case as the pandemic begins to close out, I suppose?
Yeah.
You think that had changed, actually, Doug? That's That's an interesting question. People get very revved up in a crisis and are all patriotic and supporting their own, etc. Do you think when that changes, I mean, even though I've never known as many people to have COVID as I do at the moment, or allegedly out of it, but I suppose that's all part of the herd mentality. In terms of, do you think the desire or the urgency and the real clear messaging to support local will fade as people return to some kind of a new normal?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, our consumers are highly educated. So first of all, like your your brand and your product has to be of a top quality to be able to
Yeah.
sell. So to differentiate yourself in an Irish market, you know, you're an Irish product, but you have to be a quality product. So I would see the consumer will always go for quality products, and they'll always then support an Irish product. I don't actually see it changing. I'm not sure where we're heading with everything at the moment, with inflation, with rising prices. So you know, I think it's even more important to be sort of supporting locals. So I would be, your Irishness is very, very important, but your quality of brand and quality of product is equally important.
Yeah, probably more, I suppose, realistically, and then the provenance probably kicks in. I think that's a very fair thing to say. Dahi, I'm pre-congratulating you on being shortlisted for the upcoming Guaranteed Irish Business Awards, which are on the 24th of this month. So looking forward to a great day of celebration of Irish companies. What does something like that do for a company, a national award ceremony do for a company like Revive Active, where you have real judging? And you know, a lot of people have come in for slating recently for fake judging or no judging, and you just buy your award. This is actually, you go through a proper process where you've really been scrutinized as a company. It's real judging. There's no fee in it. You win on your merit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a reflection of everybody who works within the company. We've a table of 10 taken because we haven't been out for so long. To us, it's you know, it's great to be shortlisted. It recognises the company, but it recognises, for us, it recognises the people within the company. You know, it's the marketing people within the company, the people who are putting forward the brand, the manufacturing people, everybody that's involved. So it's, you know, we've been in say the Irish Pharmacy Awards, and they're independent judging, and we've been successful with those the last couple of years. And so from Guaranteed Irish as well, all of these are hugely important to the recognition of both the brand and the people behind the brand. That's the way I put it, Breach.
Yeah, I think it's good both internally and externally. I grasp that. Last question, Dahi. In such an uncertain business landscape out there at the moment, what are your plans for the next 18 to 24 months with Revive Active?
Yeah, we'll be working our new product development. We're looking to push into the UK in a big way. We're in negotiations with a number of chains at the moment to give us scale within the UK. You know, we continue to keep the very, very high standards of service and product within the Irish market. You know, it's going to be a matter of working really, really hard, and we would hope within the next 3 years that we'll more than double the company again.
Wow.
So that's our plan. Yeah, yeah.
Some great
So
ambition. Well done, Dahi O'Connor, founder and managing director of Revive Active. We're really delighted to have profiled your business today, and thank you for all your contribution and your discussion with us. I think it's been really insightful and a beacon of hope to those out there who are on the growth path themselves. You've certainly shown what can be done.
thanks very much, Preet, and thanks everybody who's joined. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Dahi. And there are Dahi's contact details. Use the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram handles below. Please feel free to contact Dahi in relation to, I suppose, distribution opportunities as well. In terms of the last piece for me to say to you is our upcoming event next with Guaranteed Irish. Please register your interest, where we're going to have our tech forum, which is next month. As you know, at this stage, if you're a regular visitor to our e-learning sessions, we have a different theme each month. January was January was pharmaceutical, February was startups and beginner businesses. March is Guaranteed Irish month, all the good and the best of being back Guaranteed Irish, and April is our tech month. And please register your interest for events at guaranteedirish.ie. We'll be out in Microsoft, we'll be hosting it. So looking forward to that. I think that'll be very exciting. That's on Wednesday, the 27th of April from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. in person. So I'm delighted to say that this will be one of our last webinars, Dahi, in terms of the e-learning sessions, and we'll be looking forward to not so much in the e-learning sessions, but in terms of our networking opportunities. And when we're in person, the networking is super. The e-learning sessions will continue, of course, online like this. Thank you ever so much, and good morning to all of you for joining us, and looking forward to seeing you soon.